What's up, YouTube? This your boy Melvin. Take one to my coming at you. I got my man Corey Knott in the building. He's got a web series that is hot, but you know me, my tongue gets tired. Man, go ahead and hit her with the name of that web series. What web series are you on?
Well, my first one is Real Eyes, Real Eyes, Real Eyes. Yes, I know it's a tongue twister. And my sophomore show is Living for the Weekend, and I have a new one coming out. It's an Atlanta-based series called Fallacies, and we start production on that in 2 weeks.
Okay, the first one, which was the one I ran across, Realize.
Uh-huh.
Talk to me about that one. How did that come about?
That one is started based on a true story. I was in a relationship, a 3-year relationship that kind of was like a deal guy, and it kind of just went from there. And one day I just sat down and said, well, my life could really be a damn story or a soap opera. And it just kind of went from there, and I sat down to a computer and just started typing one day, and then I phoned over to a few friends of mine that I felt they could play the roles, and I casted the roles. We did a table read, and then it just kind of went from there. And the first video we shot, it was really homemade, makeshift pretty much, and we got people on part of the production team that came in and spruced it up for our season 2, and it made it really feel like a video production. So we just kind of kept going from there, and then as we kept getting more storylines and I kept writing scripts, I just kept throwing scripts at them, and they kept throwing it right back at me as far as what they could do performance-wise, and just kind of went from there. And then our YouTube statistics kind of went up, and then it just is what it is now. It just kind of went from there.
Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong. This
Okay.
summer is going to be season 3 and the final season, right?
Yes, this is the final season with Real Eyes. This is my 3rd season, and that's my first baby. And I'm in Atlanta now, and let's just start over. We film in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's where the premises is. Marlo Poindexter, who played my boyfriend with the dreads, he is now in Baltimore. Ken, who plays Jonas, he's in Jackson, Mississippi. Marco, who played Twan, is in Dallas. Me, who plays the main character, I'm Trez. I'm in Atlanta now, and it's just so hard to get everyone in one city to film. And we just decided to go ahead and say, hey, let's make one final season, and let's just go ahead and bury the show, because it's just so hard to get all those actors and production crew into one city and try to film. It's just no way possible for it to work. And so we've all come to agreement that 3 seasons was good enough. Let's go ahead and bring closure with the fans and with us as the characters playing it. Let's go ahead and just wrap it on out and just go ahead and just end it. And so we decided to do that. It was my idea at first, but then when I spoke with the cast and crew, they just agreed with, it's so much that we can do. So that's what we decided to do. We've also put out we tried to save the show, as far as putting out like a GoFundMe account, doing different things, but as you all know, it takes a pretty penny to keep a show like this running, and we didn't get the support that we needed. So I just decided to go ahead and pull the plug on it, and then work on the other 2 remaining series which are at hand, and I can film those here in Atlanta.
Okay, without giving away too much, what can people expect from this 3rd season? And do you think that the fan base and the audience will actually be well pleased with the final season?
um, with the season 3 finale, which will be done in 2 parts, it'll be part 1 and part 2. We're gonna split it up for you all. You can expect the unexpected, of course, with any of my shows. I'm gonna pretty much leave you with a cliffhanger, just in case we do decide to come back in the near future. But of course, you're gonna experiment with some laughter, heartache. I can go ahead and tell you to expect a shocking death, which will remain a death. It won't be any. It's just gonna be what it is. A beloved character will die on the canvas. So we're going out with a bang and give people what they want, what they need, or what they don't like. We're just gonna try to do it the best that we know how to do in Real Eyes fashion.
Okay, talk to me about that crazy season 2 finale that nobody had twist with the twin. Talk about that. How did you think? How did that just even come into your mind? That was good writing, by the way.
Thank you. I talked about it probably midway through, because I like the way I shoot my series. I like to go ahead and get halfway done, at least episode 5 and 6 out the way before I put out the first episode, so I can fall back on episodes and have something to put out, versus shooting an episode and then waiting after the first episode is done and then go back and then film episode 2. I don't like doing that because you never know, someone may, car accident, jail, time, death, worst case scenario, you won't have it to put out. So that's kind of how we did it. And then midway through, I was thinking, we need a cliffhanger, we need a shocking twist, something, a revelation, something needs to happen. What can happen? And so I just started going through brainstorming, and I was like, what if we do a twin storyline? Because like I said, I do watch soap operas, so what better way to shock the crowd than to pull in this crazy stunt. So we did the scene where you never saw the switcheroo, but you knew that he continued to play both parts. I did the one with the ponytail up, one with the hair down, no one paid attention to. I gave context clues, but no, if you were even the smartest person would have picked up on it. And so after the rape storyline, and then you saw that it was him indeed, people were like, well, why would he do that? Why would he do that? So then from reading the comments and going back on YouTube and reading, I knew that I had the crowd right where I wanted them. I had the fan base right where I wanted them. And so right at at the season finale, when I confronted him and I asked him, hey, was this you? Did you really do this? And he smiled and gave that grin. It was putting everything that I had laid out from the middle of the season. Everything was, I laid all the cards on the table. And then when he came in and shot him and showed that that was the twin, that was really, really good writing, but it also was good editing too, because of course, when I did it, he's not really a twin, so we had to really, really work with the camera and do some editing tricks. So that's kind of how that came into play. And it's just all about writing. I take time about what I do and I think about it before I put it out, and I go to the actors and I say, hey, can you all handle this role? Can you handle this? Is this good for you? Is this feasible for you? Do you think you'll be able to play this? And they're like, yeah. So whatever I throw at them, they throw right back at me, and I'm always pleased with this cast. And I have to say, for this to be my first cast, like the four, I call it the core four, which would be Marco, Marlo, Lamar, and Nike S, which plays Jonas. Anything that I throw at them, they've handed right back to me. So when we start filming the finale, it was really touching to me, and it was kind of hard at the same time because this is my firstborn, and we're filming the finale. Like, this is not going to come back anymore. So I just have to say that it's all about good work etiquette and who you work with and who you trust in your I don't know, your brand, because I just don't bring just any on everybody. But I guess we work really, really well together, and the storylines were so great. And we brought in Alvin Burgess, who was really, really great to us in season 2, and he's the one who did a lot of the editing for season 2 and brought realized from here and put us up here, and then from there we just continued to excel, and he taught me everything that I needed to know with editing, because I didn't know how to edit. But he went to nursing school, and he's also the one that has the show Not a Horror Story that's coming out, and I'm also in that one as well. It's about the male witches, and that's coming May 13th, actually Friday to be exact. So look out for that as well. But he just actually helped out a whole lot, and I have to say a big up thanks to him for pushing Real Eyes on the edge and kept us up and afloat.